We play in Minecraft. We are so back. Those pesky Endermen stealing my blocks. Alright, let's see if I can pull up the chats. Why isn't this? Waiting for Bias Ice Wing. Waiting for Bias Ice... Ah!
Waiting for Bias
no,
Ice Wing.
no, turn my phone down. No, please, thank you. Oh, it's raining. Man, why did I start streaming? I'm tired. You were online Roblox. Yeah, I got on Roblox for 1 second to see if they removed the Mexican border simulator game. But luckily they didn't. So yeah, update. We kinda built the Pentagon. And kinda might be an understatement. We just built it a little bit. What in the world? Why did I put down a water bucket? It's freaking raining. Okay, so the plan for tonight is I'm going to dig a hole. How deep of a hole? I don't know. Ah, bruh, Corgi's already leaving. Corgi's already leaving. Come on. Come on. Ow. Okay, so we need to build a hole. Maybe where'd the best place to put a beacon be? Probably in the center. So what do you reckon, like around here? Well, that's just convenient. What in the frick is this? What is this? What is this? There's a whole... What is this? Green has just been building a giant tunnel under my base. Okay, well that changes some things. Okay, let's start over here. Let's bring the beacon closer over here. So how deep do we want to go? I'd say around maybe 50. No, that's too close. 40 is good. Well, is 40 good? Maybe we should go down to 30. go down to 30. And here comes the boring part. I see that my entire audience has left. It says there are 0 people watching. Why did I start streaming? Oh, Purple joined. Is this big enough? I don't know. Thunder. Now I could stream to B is the worker. There we go. Oh my gosh, somebody joined. Somebody joined the stream. The numbers went up. Oh my gosh, I was right. Marcus. Marcus is here. It's been so lonely. Corgi was here for like 5 seconds and he was like, well, I gotta go to bed. And now it's just me and my thoughts. And also these guys. Oh, Marcus, you haven't seen the Pentagon yet, have you? Here, I could show you real quick, because I know... Well, I'm pretty sure you play Minecraft, so you'll find this interesting. Oh. I built the frickin' Pentagon. It's kind of small, but it does the job. Stupid thunder. So yeah, it pretty cool. Okay, so right. I need to open my chat back up. If one of us send a friend request, we could do a party. Keep the sanity up. Are you up to do a party? Because I'm pretty tired. I might not be that talkative. Now what's going on? Goodness me. Ow. And I also can't talk that loud because it is late at night and I can't be waking nobody up, so... And it stopped raining. Oh, of course it stopped raining. Ow. Ooh, okay. I mean, if you want to do a party, we could do a party, but... Peace. What's my name? Oh yeah, my name's just Bias Icewing. Same thing on Xbox and here. I got original names on all sides. Okay, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Or no. It's like this. One. Oh my gosh, Rattlesnake is here. It's been like... Has it been like a year or something? I think the last time you showed up to one of my streams was in like 2023, was it? If I can recall. So where in the world have you been? Oh, goodness me. Phils. Therapy? Therapy? Come on. Look, I thought you were, like, mentally insane, but, like, not that mentally insane. Well, maybe you are that mentally insane. I don't know. Bring home the beacon. So what were you in therapy for? Unless it's personal, then don't tell me. But you can if you want. Alright, so 30, so we're gonna stay like up here. I don't know which way to dig those. The therapist is scared of you because apparently he's supposed to be going insane because of being under psychological abuse. Okay, so normal stuff, pretty much, right? Normal sounded stuff. Oh, for goodness sakes. You're getting a DC... hold on. DCS, quick Google search here. DCS, what's a DCS? Oh, CPS. Psh. Well, dang. Vice, what's the first game you ever played? I don't know what the first game I ever played was. Probably Angry Birds or something. Actually, yeah, I think it was either Talking Tom or Angry Birds. I really need to get a ladder, don't I? Okay, so we need to start digging in that direction. That direction, that direction, and that direction. You were told DCS. DCS stands for, what I just looked up. It's an abbreviation for Child Protective Services. So, if what you're saying is actually real, I hope you the best. Because that sounds complicated. Man, I'm tired. Oh, gosh. Yours was Crash... Oh, no, wait a minute! No. I do know the first game I played. I do know the first game I played. And it's definitely the first game I played. I played James, 007, James Bond, Agent Under Fire on the GameCube with my dad. When I was like... when I was so little, I can't even remember how old I was. I was really young. But yeah, I played that with him on the GameCube. So yes, that was the first game I've ever played. I forgot which way to dig. Okay, so we gotta dig that way, and that way. This way, and this way. I forgot the torches. Oh, of course I forgot the torches. Because I'm Bias Icewing, and I forget torches. All the time. Oh. Oh, goodness me. I need torches. Actually, let's fill this up real quick. Is Rattlesnake gone? Did she just disappear? If you have a Wii, they are compatible with the game. I know, I do have a Wii, and I do use it for the GameCube discs. I do have a GameCube too, though. I have a bunch of things. A bunch of consoles that I don't really use that much. Like, I really wanted to be into collecting them, but like at the same time, kinda not. They just kinda sit in my closet. Oh, I did have torches. I'm an idiot, but I need some more. Oh, I need to wake up. Holy moly. Oh my gosh, it's Thrawn. See, I haven't been consistently live streaming for so long that everybody's been gone for so long. But yes, welcome back, Thrawn. I'm streaming again. I'm going to try to stream more often than I do. Than I used to. Sorry, I'm tired. I can't really make coherent sentences very well right now. I don't know why I do this to myself, but it is what it is, I guess. You're in 2 streams. Well, you should prioritize my stream. Oh, you don't gotta explain nothing, Thrawn. You ain't required to show up to these. Agreed, you just instantly agree with me. 1, 2. I'm your favorite streamer. I find that hard to believe. I find that really hard to believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay, there's already a cave. Let's go. What do you mean, how? It's just like... because I'm not that entertaining. Because I just play Minecraft and I provide very abstract commentary over it. Yes, give me $20. Prove it. Give me $20 so I could just go gamble it on a bunch of Pokemon cards or something. It's something called winter depression when you live in a place that's so dang cold. It's common to get depression in the winter. Man, Thrawn, it's like the complete opposite here in Florida. It's like when winter comes in Florida, everybody's like, oh my god, hallelujah. It's not frickin' 100 degrees outside anymore. We can actually leave our house and walk around without having a heat stroke. Praise the Lord. See, that's what winter is like in Florida. See, during the summer, you could say, like, I don't think it's the same as, like, what you're saying with winter depression, because some people actually like the heat somehow. I can't comprehend how you would like 100-degree weather, but... oh well. You were in Jacksonville last week. Well, Welcome to my home city, where I normally drive through there. So I'm not sure if you could feel my presence on the big giant interstate, but if you did, I was there. How cryptic. But yeah, anyways, winters in Florida are amazing. What? You got hit by a Kia and it took... Man, every single time you come into one of these streams, you just say like the most obnoxious things. First you're getting taken away by the CPA. CPA? Yeah. Or no, CPS. Man, I'm tired. Now you're saying you got into a car crash in Jacksonville, which I guess it's not really that hard to believe because people in Jacksonville are absolute idiots. 100 degrees. Yeah, well, it's not consistently 100 degrees, but it does consistently feel like it's 100 degrees in the summer. Summer in Florida is just miserable. If you're planning to go somewhere subtropical, don't go during the summer. It's not what it seems. People make it out like, oh, summertime in the tropics. Such a relaxing time. No, it's not a relaxing time. It's just plain suffering. You tell yourself, I can take the heat. I could just get in the pool. No, you can't. You will be inside 24/7 next to an air conditioner. It is miserable. Bias got beef with Jacksonville. No, I don't got beef with Jacksonville. Jacksonville's pretty cool. 5, 6, 7. I'd prefer if there was less homeless scum there, but I mean, it is what it is. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. But Jacksonville's a pretty cool place. You went to the beach. Which beach did you go to, Rattlesnake? I normally go to Volano Beach, but probably not where you went. see, Theron, it's like the complete opposite, like in Florida. I already said this, but yeah, summer here sucks. Winter here is amazing. Well, you know what's better than winter is autumn or fall. I know they call it autumn in Europe, right? For some reason, Americans are just like, yeah, it's called fall because leaves fall, which in reality in Florida, since we're in the tropics, leaves don't really fall. So it doesn't really make too much sense. But yeah, autumn is really nice in Florida because it's not cold, but it's not really hot either. It's just enjoyable weather. It's just really enjoyable weather. If you ever want to take a trip down to the tropics, go when it's fall. Or winter. They're both really nice, but preferably fall. Just like I said, don't come during summer. Don't do it. Not only is it summer break, and all the stupid kids are out of school, but it's also really hot and really unenjoyable. Yeah, the British call it autumn. Autumn's really, I call it autumn too. I really like autumn as a name. I usually name my character Autumn in video game playthroughs, I ain't gonna lie. And no, Marcus, it has nothing to do with Colonel Autumn of the Enclave. Even though he's a very cool character, I honestly just like the name Autumn. If I have a kid one day, I'm probably going to name him Autumn. That's how much I like the name. If I run away to Florida, can I? Oh my gosh. No, Rattlesnake, you can't stay with me if you run away to Florida. How are you going to get to Florida? You're going to carjack ice, huh? What? Oh, wait, motivate. Oh, crap. Sorry. Do you have a villager that sells green terracotta? Hold on, wait. Light or dark green? Hello, chat. You have a truck. What do you mean you have a truck? Why can't you stay? Oh yeah, let's go over the reasons why Rattlesnake can't bunk with me at my house. It's because for one, it's absurd. What do you mean you just sold another? You had a. I'm so done with you, Rattle. Dark green. Okay, I got that. By morning, psh. Anyways, do you like Colonel Autumn? Do you like Autumn because of Colonel Autumn and Fallout? No, no. I honestly just really like the name Autumn. I also really like the name Winter. I know it sounds weird because they're both seasons that are literally right next to each other, but Autumn and Winter, they just sound really nice. They just roll off the tongue really nice. Ow. No, Rattlesnake, you can't stay at my house. You can't just do that. I chat with you guys on Minecraft live streams. You're not going to stay at my house, you goofy. Because I don't know you. We've talked through YouTube comments and YouTube live streams. I can't just let you come to my house. Alright, so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, that ruined it. Thank you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. Yeah, I think I am too. Rattlesnake's gonna try to kidnap me and hold me for ransom. She's gonna force me to make masks with her. Masks. I can't say that word. Goodness me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, that's 13. And this is 10. 11, 12, 13. No one will find me. What are you on about? What do you mean nobody will find me? That sounds threatening. That sounds really threatening. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds really threatening. The Oh wow, that really makes me. That really wants to make me give you my location. That really makes me want to give you my location. Who could simp over me? How could somebody simp over me? You don't even know what I look like. I could be like the fattest person. I could have the most Discord mod looking build. You don't even know what I look like. But trust, I'm you every day, and I look amazing. I look max and all that stuff. I look amazing. Trust. Marcus is like, what in the frick? What do you mean I look like? You don't know what I look like. Unless Marcus somehow hacked my laptop camera. Because I don't tape it like I should. I've never revealed... Actually, I've revealed my face to a few people online. Very few people have I shown my face to. I've shown my face to Be the Worker on this server. I know that. I showed my face to him. And I also showed my face partially to Corgi. It wasn't a full face reveal though, but he could kind of get an idea what I look like. And that's honestly about it. I haven't really showed my face to anybody else. He's white, not blonde. Okay, yeah, somebody's stalking me. Somebody's stalking me in the chat. I have no... Or not in the chat. Either B or Ash is here. I don't know who. But somebody is stalking me. Why do I sound like I'm blonde? I'm not blonde. I'm not blonde, I'm white. I am white. Literally, my entire ancestry is just all European. I have nothing else but just European. Yes, I'm white. Or wait, you talk about hair or skin color? Wait. How do you spell honey? Right. Hair color. Well, I know that you meant hair color. I was asking Marcus what he was meaning. But yeah, I just have brown hair. I just realized I probably shouldn't give you descriptions on what I look like based on your previous comments. It probably wouldn't be that smart. Yes, I know, Marcus. It probably wouldn't be a wise decision to give you descriptions on what I look like. But yeah, I did an ancestry test a while ago. I forget the exact results, but it was like 40% Norwegian or something. I have a lot of Scandinavian ancestry. It was like 30-something% German. A little bit of British English, whatever it's called. I had a little bit of Eastern Europe in me, but like not that much. There was literally like nothing above a 1% that was from a different continent but Europe. Okay. Oh, look at that. My inventory is full. It's 120. Actually, no, it's 220, isn't it? Or no, it's 120. Impossible. Marcus, impossible. German and Jewish. That's impossible. That's an illegal mixture. Everybody has this mentality that Germans hate Jews. I mean, even back during the Third Reich, I don't necessarily think that a lot of Germans hated Jews. Like, maybe like the main political leaders, but I mean, how could you manipulate a whole country to hate on Jewish people? Purple left. Don't think bias took... Well, I'm not talking about the Nazi... Or I can't say that or else my channel's gonna be blown up. I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about like the actual German people. Like it's a stereotype that German people just don't like Jews. Like, I don't know, I'm just talking from the top of my head right now. I'm tired, I can't think that well. Yes, I do know what happened in World War II. I'm aware of that, do not worry. Who keeps putting torches down? I was talking... Ah. Man, I don't even know what I was saying anymore. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about important stuff when I'm half asleep. Oh, man. Well, yeah, the Germans saw the Jews as inferior. The Germans also saw a lot of people as inferior. They saw Africans as inferior. They saw... Who were the other one? And there's a slime chunk. Are you freaking with me? I'm gonna kill myself, man. How about I just end it now? I'll just stab myself right now. I don't even want to dig here anymore because there's a slime chunk. Of course, there's a slime chunk. Hey, be the worker. Yeah, I know you're here. Could you somehow make this not a slime chunk? That would be very appreciative. It's a head mod. A rattlesnake. Wait, the Germans saw the Jews as inferior because they saw the Jews as a threat to their culture. I need to fix this pickaxe. That's why they didn't like Jews, because there was a lot of influential Jewish people that were affecting German culture at the time. So it was kind of just like a blame game for the Nazis to just be like, let's just blame all of our problems on these guys. Because your country did some bad things. Well, I mean, I don't think you should blame your country for doing bad things. I mean, was the Finnish government aware that the atrocities were going on in Germany? It's freaking loud. Hold on. I mean, the Finnish government was only doing what it needed to do in its interests because the Soviet Union was trying to take them over. YT doesn't like that word. Yeah, I know YouTube doesn't like that word. Because the Finnish government only sided with the Third Reich because they were enemies with the Soviet Union, because the Soviet Union was trying to take over Finland. So it wasn't like Finland sided with Germany because they were evil, so I wouldn't blame your nation that much. Yeah, there's a slime. I swear I'm gonna kill myself, man. I'm gonna kill myself, man. There, Here. B. Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. Finland didn't side with Germany because they didn't like Jews. They sided with Germany because it was in their best interest. But in 1944, we kicked out all the Germans. And then the Cold War began. One of my favorite times in history. I love Cold War history. Could you stop putting the stupid sensors down, B? Could you stop? I'm trying to talk to my audience. That isn't really talking right now, but still. Can you break those, B? I don't want to go looking for those. Just get rid of those. Can you break those, B? Can you break those? Can you stop putting down the shriekers because they're freaking annoying? Florida is considered the Deep South, yes. We have lots of heritage here, too. We got Southern heritage. We in Dixieland. B, can you break that? I can't even dig down here anymore because that's annoying me so much. I'm going to have to stop digging because I can't take that thing screeching every second. I'm not going to do it. I'm just gonna have to break that myself, aren't I? Well, no, the heritage isn't the Confederacy. See, that's what people get so pissed off about Southern heritage. That people think that when people glorify their Southern heritage, you're like, oh, you just like the Confederacy. It's not about the Confederacy, it's about being in the South. I don't think, especially foreigners like you, I don't think you understand how much of a culture shift going to the north end of the United States compared to the southern end. Like, it's a huge culture shift. Like, it's much, much bigger than you could possibly imagine. So, no, when people are proud to be Southern, it's not that they're proud that they were a part of the Confederacy. Of course, people who take it too far do proclaim that they're proud of the Confederacy. which I mean, some people would see the Confederacy as evil, which I mean, I don't really see that as true. You've learned about the American Civil War. The thing is, with the American Civil War, it's so biased towards the northern side. The people are so quick to assume that everybody in the South was evil, and that's just a dumb assumption. You can't call people evil for doing what was normal at the time. See, slavery is definitely wrong in every regard. That's not what we're arguing. We're arguing that slavery was normalized during the Civil War. It wasn't not normal to own slaves. So you can't really call the people who owned slaves evil. Now, I'm sure there were plenty of evil people who did own slaves. But to generalize the entire South and to call the entire South evil is just dumb. I don't buy into that. There's always going to be evil people, but to call the entirety of the South evil, I don't. That's just dumb. So where are this? Oh, Master Chief is here. Hey, what's up? And another thing about the Civil War I really don't like is that the Civil War and Abraham Lincoln is kind of glorified. I mean, you know what happened in the Civil War, right, Thrawn? Like, you don't live in America, so you wouldn't get it. But I mean, during the Civil War, hundreds of thousands of people were killed. American on American blood. That's a tragedy. Americans fighting Americans. That was a national tragedy. It was awful what happened. There was so much bloodshed and death. And over what? I mean, other countries resolved slavery without killing each other. I mean, couldn't we have found a way to resolve slavery without killing each other? Abraham Lincoln is glorified as a hero, but I mean, is he a hero? He's the one that started the war. He didn't choose diplomacy. He started the war that killed so many people. He started the very war that still brings tensions to the north and south side of the United States. I wouldn't really call that heroism. Like, the British didn't kill each other over this issue, did they? The French didn't kill each other because they were so divided on this issue. It's just, I feel like there was a much better way to do it besides a civil war. But I mean, what's in the past is in the past. It's already happened. There's no point on arguing who is objectively right and who is objectively wrong. And so I need to dig up. Communism. Communism is the destroyer of worlds. Communism is the worst thing to ever touch this planet. Luckily, the whites won. Another thing about the Civil War, I don't really think the Civil War was about slavery either. Like, I think slavery played a part in our Civil War, but I don't believe that the entire war was just about slavery. Like, our education system tries to make people believe that this war was morally a good thing because we freed the slaves. But I honestly don't think the war was entirely about the slaves, because you got to think about it in the context of being a politician. It's the question of, do you really think Abraham Lincoln, a politician who got elected into office, really cared about the people who were suffering in the South? I mean, do you really think he cared? Did he care more about the people who were suffering in the South? Or did he care about half of his nation and half of his GDP and his literal entire agricultural area just leaving? Which do you think he was more concerned about? I think Abraham Lincoln used freeing the slaves as kind of a, what would you call it? A feel-good reason to justify the atrocities that happened during our Civil War. Now, it doesn't mean it was a bad thing that he freed the slaves. It just means it was a feel-good reason to try to get people to support the war and the cause. Because I don't think, when people hear about the Civil War, I don't really think they can comprehend how much bloodshed happened during the Civil War. There was a lot of bloodshed. It's still, to this day, one of the bloodiest conflicts in American history that happened on American soil. So many people died by their own hands, American on American hands. I mean, you gotta think to yourself, there better be a dang good reason that you killed so many of your own people. And you can't just have a stupid reason of why you had the biggest civil war, one of the biggest civil wars in history. I mean, it can't be a dumb reason. Oh, for goodness sakes. So I think slavery, saying that the Civil War was about freeing the slaves, was more of a feel-good thing to try to make people forget about how awful the war itself actually was. Because, I mean, to this day, the war still affects things. People in the North and people in the South still see each other as two different entities. People refer to us as the South and the North. That's how divided the Civil War made us. And it didn't have to be like that. And it's just really sad, honestly. And that brings me back to the culture shift. So basically, you're oppressed by the North. Not really oppressed. It's more like the Northerners didn't really understand. Well, the Northerners were making decisions for the South, even though they didn't live in the South. I think, and that's one of the reasons why I think the South left the nation in the first place. I don't think, despite what people say, I don't think that the South left because they ordered them to free their slaves. In fact, I don't think they ordered them to free their slaves before the Civil War. In many old Civil War books, dating back, 50, 60, 70 years ago, many old Civil War books bring up lots of other reasons that the South left. And I'm not trying to justify what the South did either. Don't take me justifying slavery. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to condemn the war. I'm not trying to justify any bad thing that the South was doing. I'm condemning the war and the bloodshed that happened, that needlessly happened, that didn't need to happen. Because I don't know about you, but I think we could have resolved our issues over time without the need of killing everybody. So I don't think that's the right word to use. The North didn't really understand Southern life that much. Because like I said, they're very different cultures from the North and the South. I don't believe that the South, and this is just me talking, this isn't fact or anything, don't take it as fact, but the idea of Northern politicians making decisions for the South is kind of dumb, because the Northern politicians had no idea what was really going on in the South. Because all the South really was in the United States was a giant farm field. I mean, there were no major cities in the South at the time. It was all basically farms. And I believe that the South probably left just because they were fed up with the North. See, I could probably have a better conversation if I was actually awake. Sounds like I'm trying to coward my way out of this situation, but I could probably explain things better if I was actually awake. It is 2 o'clock in the morning. Did you remove the... Yes, I did. See, when I talk about the Civil War about people, they keep telling me that I'm trying to justify slavery. That's what most of them say, at least. That's not what I'm trying to do. That really isn't what I'm trying to do. So just please don't think of me as somebody who's trying to justify that. That's not what I'm trying to do. Don't think of me like that. You've been taught a lot. I haven't really been doing that great of a job, not gonna lie, but... If there's anything you could learn from this, the North and the South are very different in terms of culture. That's the main thing. It's very different. It's like in Europe traveling countries. It's like it's two separate entities. About stuff. Oh gosh. Well, the heritage is because the heritage is more of just like proud to be Southern, because Southerners have their own culture and Northerners have their own culture. So saying you like your Southern heritage is just saying that you like the culture you grew up in. I mean, I could give a few examples. For one, Southerners, in my experience, because I've traveled a lot, I've been to the northern part of the United States a lot. Southerners are honestly a lot more friendly than northern people, Northerners. They're a lot more, they have a lot more hospitality. Like if you ran up to a Southerner and asked them to take a picture for you, he would probably treat you a lot better than if you ran up to a northerner and asked if you could take if they could take a picture of you. Like things like that. Like they're a lot more friendly. In my experience, at least. In my experience. But I'm not trying to culture wars. Yeah, the Balkans. Yeah, the Balkans was crazy. But I'm making the South sound good here. One really good thing about the North, though, is Northern culture. They keep things a lot more clean up there. Like, if you go to New England, you won't find any litter on the ground. It's insane how nice New England is in the North. They keep things so tidy up there and so clean. In the South, there's lots of rednecks in the South. I'm sure you've heard that term before. It's pretty dirty in the South. It's not that clean. There's a lot more litter. There's a lot more garbage. The Northerners have a culture of cleanliness. They definitely do. It's a lot more clean in the North. And there's different architecture in the North, too. I mean, see, this is what I'm saying. It's basically, the North and the South are basically just two separate states, just all under the same government. Like you're saying, like with the Balkans. Just picture Yugoslavia. But it's just the northern United States and the southern United States. And this is just culture. We're not even getting into politics. Politically wise, the South is a lot more conservative and the North is a lot more liberal. So it's not even just culture, it's also politics we're also separated on. The United States is called the United States of America, but we're not united, like, at all. We are very divided. Lord, I'm tired. Goodness. You have a lot of rednecks in food. See, rednecks are hit and miss. There's a lot of rednecks in the South that are super friendly and will help you. Like, for instance, if you get a flat tire in the South and there's some redneck named Bubba across the road, there's a good chance that he's going to be really friendly and is going to help you. There's a really good chance. But there's also some rednecks that are just pieces of garbage. They're really hit or miss people. Oh, hillbillies are in the North. Hillbillies are just worthless people. They're always rude. The hillbillies kind of suck. My experience with hillbillies is very negative. See, we have rednecks. I have a redneck neighbor, which they're really nice to us. Like, their yard is full of garbage. They live like rednecks. They got horses. It just looks like a landfill over there. But the thing is, they're really nice people. They'll treat you really well. If you need some help, you can call them and they'll come help you. And it's like things like that you wouldn't get in the northern part of the United States. I don't think. That culture you just wouldn't really get in the north. Yeah, the north is southern Finland is full of cities that, like the same here. I mean, there's major cities in the south, but not near as much as the north. Like the biggest cities in the south are Atlanta and Orlando. And I mean, that's really about it. I mean, there's other cities, obviously, like Jacksonville, Miami. But I mean, actual big cities, like huge cities, like New York level, the only thing that really comes close is Atlanta and Orlando. Oh, and there's also lots of language barriers down here in the south too, because we get a lot of Mexicans in Florida because of freaking immigration. Just a lot of the time it's just awful. But immigration, U.S. immigration is a whole another can of worms. Tar, vodka. Well, down here it's all freaking Budweiser beer. Oh no. It's all Budweiser beer down here. Which of course, they don't, actually, we don't really drink Budweiser that much anymore. Ever since the whole transgender thing, advertisement with Budweiser, most people down here have stopped drinking Budweiser because of that. Because who knew advertising transgender ideas to your southern conservative audience would be a bad idea? Who would have thought? Like, makes your brain explode. Like, holy moly, who would have thought that would happen? So yeah, we don't really drink Budweiser that much anymore. I say we, as in just the rednecks in my local vicinity. I'm not speaking for everybody, of course, but... basically the finished version of moonshine. Alright, now that we have a giant hole, I'm gonna put a whole freaking storage system down here, but I don't know if I want to because there's slime chunks. Live chat isn't this. But I mean, I've been telling you about the United States. What about Finland? What's life like there? Because I try to study Eastern European culture as much as I can. I find Eastern European culture really, really interesting and fascinating. So it'd be pretty cool to hear from someone who actually lives there what life is like. Storage. Oh my gosh, I can barely get words out. Oh gosh. Oh goodness, Murray. Wait, I need to fix my pickaxe. Oh, you're watching my stream. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me, I'm tired. I wish I was more awake because then I'd be able to put my thoughts better coherently. See, I have these marvelous speeches in the shower that sound so nice, but when I actually try to talk to people in real life, it's like, ah! Yeah, because I know communism hit Eastern Europe really hard, and that's really affected the culture of Eastern Europe. I don't know how much of Finland though, because, like you said, Finland never really became communist. The weird thing is I think communism is more hated in Eastern Europe than it is in the United States. Which I don't know if that's understandable or weird. Because you'd think the United States would preach more against communism because we're like the center of democracy and capitalism. But I genuinely don't think that the horrors of communism are taught enough in the American school system. Like, most Americans are ignorant on how awful communism is. Oh, War Thunder Carrot. Oh my gosh, I've seen you in my homepage before. Hi. Hello. Did I make all this in survival? This is an SMP. There's multiple people, as you can see. But all of this right here, this whole area is mine. I made all this. That's somebody else, and somebody else is over there. But this whole vicinity, the Pentagon, whatever these are, I made all this. Yeah, we kind of split up into these like 4 corners. So that's Wrecker, that's B and Ash, that's Egg, and that's me. Here's the Pentagon. But yeah, back to the communism discussion. I don't think people realize how destructive communism actually is. I forget Oppenheimer saying, "I'm the destroyer of worlds." No, it's communism that's the destroyer of worlds. Communism has such a negative impact on everything. And you don't even have to research it to find out. I mean, you just gotta look at these countries. Look at the Soviet Union. Look at Eastern Germany. Look at Venezuela. I mean, all these immigrants coming from South America to the United States, you know why they're leaving? Because it sucks there. You know why it sucks there? Because they're socialist. So shouldn't that kind of connect the dots that maybe communism isn't really a great thing? Maybe communism isn't really a great thing? But no, you still have idiots that believe that socialism and communism are good. Oh, you're fine, War Thunder Carrot. Well, thank you for dropping in. It's cool to see that other War Thunder YouTube channels are actually noticing me, a fellow War Thunder YouTube channel. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. But yeah, I hate communism. Even though I hate communism, I'm still very fascinated by Eastern European history. Especially the Soviet Union. I mean, the Soviet Union just amazes me more than anything. You gotta think. The Soviet Union was communist, right? So that's already a debuff. That's already like... that's already a net negative. And they still competed with the United States in the space race. Like, those were some hard-working people to keep up with the United States. Like, dang. There's something there. Well, yeah, tons of people died over communism. I don't really think that people understand how many people died over communism. Like, it's like nowadays when you hear about like mass death, it's mostly about World War II with fascism. It's like, oh my gosh, the Germans in World War II, they killed so many people. Fascism is so awful, blah, 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 blah. But nobody ever talks about communism. Nobody ever talks about how Mao and communist China killed, what were the numbers? It was at least 50 million people that were killed in China. And what about the Soviet Union? It was at least 30 million people that were killed because of that. I mean, in the Soviet Union, they had posters telling people not to eat their own children, I believe. Or no, was it to sell their own children? It was something on the lines of that. Now, I can't 100% verify it. I heard it from somewhere. But I believe that was the case. Like, communism was awful. Like, it's just, it's not talked about enough how awful communism was. It really isn't. People, I say history about learning from your mistakes and not repeating them. If you don't learn from your history, you're bound to repeat it. And I don't really feel like people have learned how awful communism is. Alright, I don't know what to do now. I dug my hole. I guess I could keep digging. I love slimes. 80 million people, that's right. Yeah, so much attention is brought to, like, fascism and the Nazis and stuff like that. I don't think enough attention is brought to communism. There should be more attention to what Mao did. Because the Third Reich, they killed people just to kill them. Like, even though the Third Reich was evil, they were a very successful nation. I mean, the Third Reich lifted Germany out from its economic depression that was caused by World War One. Aside from all of the evils that were done in Germany, the Third Reich got Germany through. The communism, on the other hand, just everything is awful. Everybody dies. Everything sucks with communism. Like, the very worldview of communism itself kills people. It's more than just people intentionally killing people. No, the ideology of communism itself just naturally kills people. You say, what do you mean by that? How can you prove that? Just the examples I just listed. People starving in China. Think Mao killed more people than Genghis Khan? He probably did. Communism is awful. And yet there's so many liberals in the United States who support socialism, which is just a disguised form of communism. Like, I don't want to get too political here, but the left is insane. Liberals in the United States, Democratic Party, a lot of their policies are very frighteningly similar to communism. What they want to do, government control. And communism kind of does the same thing every time. See, communism originated from the Soviet, or not from the Soviet Union. It was written by Marx. Or no, that was The Origin of Species, wasn't it? Or no, Karl Marx. Yeah, that was communism. But in the Soviet Union, they used they were what's the word? I can't think. I'm tired. They were pandering to workers in the Soviet Union with communism, saying the workers will rise up against the government. And it's because they manipulated the working people of Russia to put them into power. Wait, what did you say? So I think if my math is right, 102 million. Yeah, exactly. That's my point, Thrawn. There's so much attention around fascism and how awful fascism is. Because I'm sure you've heard everything. I'm sure that you know that the Third Reich is talked about so much in the present day. So much about how awful the Third Reich was. Which that's all fine and dandy. But what about communism? You don't really ever hear about people talk about people talking about how bad communism is. And especially the people who don't study history. Like, you probably haven't really gotten that vibe from me tonight because of how stupid tired I am. But I study history tremendously. Like, it is my main subject. I am majoring in history in college. Like, I study history. I know history. It's just I can't really talk that well right now because I feel like I'm gonna die because I'm tired. I can't even get words out, but I study history. And I know a lot of Americans don't study history. Lots of Americans don't study history. And it's because of this that nobody really knows how awful these types of things are, like communism. Nobody really knows how awful it is. Nobody remembers how awful communism was. And I feel like in the United States, we're just making the same mistake over again. Employing just more communist-like regulations with the government. And people are voting for these people. Now I'm starting to sound like some stupid conspiracy theorist. Communist politicians are going to take us over. But judging by the way people talk and stuff, I don't really think people understand how bad communism is. Communism. Ah! I'm tired, man. What time is it? 2:15. Holy moly. Heck was that? And that's another reason that brings me to the democracy. That's another reason I don't really like democracy that much. I really don't like democracy because when you have a country, do you have a Discord? Yes, I do have a Discord server. I do, in fact, have a Discord. Because when it comes to democracy, and you have so many uneducated people in your society, it's just like... These uneducated people are deciding who should be in power. Because I'm sure it's no secret that Americans are kind of stupid. So therefore, Americans are going to make stupid decisions. Man, what am I even talking about? I don't even know what the frick? Can you send a link to your server? Yeah, I could send a link here. I should probably stop streaming. Could you click the link in chat? Will this work? There we go. Yeah, click that. Now quickly click it because I don't want people joining my server. I only want people who I invite in my server. Yeah, you're special. You get to be in Bias Icewing's Discord server. Welcome, Thrawn. Welcome to the land of idiots. Let's see, what's very much Thrawn? Okay. I know for as much... I know I've been talking really, really bad about communism. So, you might be confused if you look at my profile and literally just see just communist quotes. Like, I'm not a communist, I promise, but... Okay, well, I'm just gonna call it here. I gotta go to bed. It's 2:15 in the morning. I think Thrawn is only here anyway, so I'm just gonna go. Bye, everybody. Worst stream ever. Holy moly.